and welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie and this is the Buzzwordathon Round 3 TBR and recommendations video. So I was looking at my calendar and oh my goodness, a Buzzwordathon is next week. I almost forgot to do this video, and then that would have made me sad because Buzzwordathon is amazing. It is hosted by Kayla from Books and Lala, and this round, Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads, and they came up with not just one buzzword for this one, but 6 buzzwords for this one, and they happen to be the buzzwords that I absolutely love and sort of put me back into my former career of, law enforcement. And those buzzwords are who, what, when, why, how, and why. Did I say why twice? Let's try that again. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. There we go. So those are the buzzwords. A Buzzwordathon is going to be held March the 18th through the 24th. I won't be daily vlogging, but I will be over on Instagram doing daily stories. I don't know how much participation I am going to do for this round because I am currently, my romance genre-thon is hefty, because if you guys watch that video, you know that I am reading the Outlander series. So woo, hopefully I am on to book 2 by then, and what have you, but never know, I might be able to sneak a couple in there. But most of my TBR is gonna be audiobooks probably, because I have some arcs, and the arcs that I have don't necessarily fall into it. But I'm getting off topic, so let's get to the recommendation part. Here are 2 to 3 books for each one of those words that I have read, that I would recommend, that I think you guys would enjoy reading. Now, I won't go too much into any of them because with 6 buzzwords, that's a lot of describing, and I don't have that much time. Because like I said in the beginning of this video, I almost forgot to do this video. So I'm kind of packing it in, getting it done while I have a chance. So for who, I would suggest you guys check out the series by S.Q. Williams or Sonora Williams, which is Who He Is, Who We Are, Who I Am, and Who I Am Becoming. And all of these books follow a band and their romance sort of stories that go along with their females in there that they end up hooking up with. And I really loved it because it's based in reality and it's about a rock band. If you like rock star romances, it's really good. And they also have some realistic sort of problems. They're not so super flowery that you're like, okay, this is like every other rock band, and their woes. But this one has some grit to it, and I think you guys will enjoy that one if you like that type of thing. Who Needs Air by Casey Graham. I read this as an arc a couple years ago. I thought it was cute. It was really enjoyable. It's about a couple that was on and then they're not on any longer. And one of them ends up writing a screenplay about their love story. And when that happens, they decide to go back to their small town and film in that small town, which now means the 2 people have to interact again, and you get to sort of see that dynamic that goes on there. Who We Were Before by Aaliyah Mercer. This one is a little difficult. It does have trigger warnings. If you have a kid, you may want to tread with this one lightly. It is more of a mystery, I think, than anything else, and how to communicate within a relationship after trauma happens. For what, I suggest you guys read What the Prince Wants by Julie Bennett. This is a fun, sort of light, romantic royalty story that it's the prince and he needs a nanny. So he hires someone and then, you know, he sort of gets what he wants, right? The next book for what, I would go with What Happens in Vegas by Mia Caldwell. This is an interracial story, and as the title states, what happens in Vegas. What happens in Vegas doesn't always stay in Vegas, so go check that one out. For when I'm gonna go with When Dimple Met Rishi by Sandhya Menon. And I always pronounce that name wrong, so I'm sorry if I did. I enjoyed this book. It's not my fave, but if you like that sort of fluffy romance that has lots of diversity into a different culture, you should definitely check this book out. When I'm With You by Harper Sloan. Now this story right here, this is a spin-off into the Hopetown series about the fabulous security guys and their kids, and these kids are amazing. They're all alpha males. The females are strong in it, even though they have issues, but this one is another good one. When Fall Breaks by Julie Saldana and Tracy Justice. This is definitely a YA based in realism and deals with some definite issues that young adults are dealing with today, and I think they handled it in a beautiful way. I definitely enjoyed reading it, and there are maybe some trigger warnings for this one. Yes, there are trigger warnings for this one for abuse. And then finally, I'm going to go with When I See You by Catherine Owen. I read this book when I first started reading again, and this book is emotional. It is about an older female, and some things happen. Like, ooh, it has a military tie to it as well, and it does have a little bit of a, I guess, disability placed in there as well. And yeah, it's deep. It's a deep story. For Where Did You Go, Bernadette by Maria Semple. I thought this was an enjoyable middle grade YA mystery. What happens is that this young woman named Bernadette, her mother comes up and is missing, and it's all about trying to find her mom. This book was actually but has trailers now, as it's going to be made into a movie. And I'm actually really looking forward to watching this movie and seeing how they captured the book, because I did enjoy the book, but to see it on big screen is going to be interesting, because they travel to Antarctica in it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how they do that. And I believe Cate Blanchett is playing Bernadette, so I love her as an actress, and I'd really love to watch this movie. The next book is a Nowhere But Here by Renee Carlino, and I really enjoyed this book when I read it. You can check out my Goodreads page and profile to see my further thoughts on that one. For Why, we're going to do the Love Riddles Stories or Trilogy by Carrie Haywood, and that is included for Why Now, Why Lie, and Why Not. These are standalone books about a small town and the people within the small town. You start off with a couple that liked each other, the brother of the best friend sort of hookup type thing. The second book is a mystery romance in a way, because you can read the second one, Why Lie, before you can read them out of order, but you will get some aha moments if you read them all in order. I'm just going to put that at that. And then the final category is How, and I'm going to suggest the How to Date a Douchebag series by Sarah Nye, which includes the 3 books that I have read. There are 4 books, I believe, in the series, but I have read The Studying Hour, The Failing Hour, and I need to read The Learning Hour. But I'll put the other 2 covers here as well. if I can find them or what have you. But these are awesome books. They're all new adult. They're set in college. So be ready to, if you have to train your brain to acclimate yourself to that college setting and college acting of characters, please do that. But once you do that, they are fun and enjoyable stories. I really enjoyed them, once I was in that mindset and everything like that. But they're so super fun. It's hockey and lacrosse or wrestling, something like that. A couple sports and their coaches, and I really enjoyed them. So, on to my possible TBR, which, I'm not going to tell you anything about these books because I go into my books blind. I look at a cover and say, I might want to read that. And, that's just how I pick. Yep, I like that cover at this moment. I might look at the first couple sentences of a blurb, but I don't go into blurbs because sometimes blurbs give spoilers and I don't like spoilers. I like to be involved in my story, let it unfold with me. So for who, there is a possibility that I might sneak in The Dom Who Loved Me by Lexi Blake. And as you probably don't know, but you can see in this cover, it does have a BDSM aspect to it. So I'm looking forward to that. Or I might read The Girl Who Lied by Sue Fortin, and I have no clue what this book is about. For what, I may read Protecting What's His by Tessa Bailey. I have been wanting to read more Tessa Bailey, and this is one of her older books, and I'm looking forward to jumping into this. Or I might read What He Doesn't Know and What He Always Knew by Candy Steiner. This has been a pretty hyped book. I do believe Jess from Peace Love Books has read this one, and I can't remember if she liked it or she didn't like it. I think she might have liked one of the books but didn't like the other book or had mixed feelings about it. But regardless, when they came up in review, I muted it, so I didn't hear her full thoughts on them. So I might try and read this duet. And then there's a third book in this as well, but I don't know if I'll be able to get to that one, and I don't know if that one has what in the title either. Whew. The next category is When, so I might read When Ashes Fall by Myrnie Mann, and I got this as a Amazon Fresh book, and then it was offered to me because I'm an Audible subscriber for a lower price. So I do have both of these in Audible form and ebook form. Looking forward to checking that out. Have no clue what it's about. I may try Better When It Hurts by Skye Warren, and this is a dark and taboo book, so I might check that out. For Where, I may possibly read Where Good Girls Go to Die by Holly Renee, and I've been wanting to read this. I believe it's a thriller, possibly horror, maybe a romantic suspense, not exactly sure, but this cover is amazing. Or I might check out Where Sea Meets Sky by Karina Hale, and I have wanted to read this book since I met her, and that has been like 4 years ago. So, I believe I found this on Hoopla digital, so I can get it as an audiobook. For Why, I may try and read 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. And then finally, for How, I have an art copy of How to Hack a Heartbreaker by Kristen Rockaway, which was provided by NetGalley. So I am going to be reading this at some point here in the near future. I figured why not put it on the list now. Or I could quite possibly read The Learning Hours by Sarah Nye, like I said, in the How to Date a Douchebag series of books. So, are you participating in Buzzwordathon Round 3. Let me know down in the comments, do any of my books sound like I need to bump them up? And definitely make sure that I try and read them. Have you read any of those? Let me know down in the comments, because you know I love to chat with you guys and hear your opinions. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a feedback form down in the description box so you guys can help me improve my channel. Thank you for watching, and we will see you guys later.